Yeah, and it's about time, so we are going to get started. And good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining our training session. And I'm still your Dinstar friend, Yvonne, as the presenter today. During the session, we are warmly welcome everyone to interact and communicate with us. So please leave your suggestions or questions in the comment section, and our professional technician Duke will be available to discuss them with you online. And about our today's training, it's primarily divided into three sections: an introduction to the UC2000 products, equipment application scenarios, and the basic equipment configuration and maintenance. Yeah, and for the first section, let's explore the UC2000 together, along with its functions and applications. So let's see, what is the UC2000? Actually, I think it's a device serve as a bridge connecting mobile network and IP voice network. It's not merely a signal convert, but a comprehensive communication solution that integrates the hardware stability with the software intelligence, whether addressing the lightweight communication needs of the small and medium-sized enterprises, or the multi-scenario networking requirements of the large collaborations. It enables a very flexible configuration to achieve the demand deployment and the efficient adaptation. And in terms of the core functionality, the Dinstar UC2000 reboots the compatibility, set it apart from the competitors, offering flexible voice and SMS management.
Hello,
It, yeah, sorry.
my name is Sani, Papa Answer Sani. Nice, nice to meet, nice to meet you in the meeting.
And it enhanced the communication flexibility. The traditional call centers heavily rely on the fixed lines, limiting the agent's work locations, but the UC2000 can support multiple mobile network standards, such as the GSM, CDMA, WCDMA, and the LTE. This means the call center's agents can break free from the cable constraints and work anywhere with the mobile network converged, whether handling the emergency from home or setting up temporary call centers to manage the business peaks. For example, during the pandemic, many enterprises call centers swiftly the transitions agents to remote work use our UC2000, so to ensure the uninterrupted customer service. And for the expanding SMS functionality, the SM centers not only handles the message sending and receiving, but also aims to integrate the seamless with other Office systems. The UC2000 features built-in SMS log tracking and support both SMS to email and email to SMS conversion. So this enables the customer service representatives to respond to the client's inquiries uniformly via the email and significantly to boost the operational efficiency. Like during the promotional campaigns, e-commerce campaigns receive a very high value of customers' inquiries with SMS. And using our UC2000, so the customer service representatives can consolidate these inquiries into the email format and facilitate the authorized processing and archiving. Yeah, and here shows a very simple network architecture diagram. And this setup, allows the call centers to leverage the mobile network capabilities through our UC2000 gateways, while using standard SIP-based voice and messaging systems. So it can to ensure the seamless integration and the flexible communication. And this kind of call center solutions offers multiple benefits, like it's very easy to implement and increase the productivity, and it's very easy to deploy and to help the call center to boost the operational efficiency without complex setups. And it enhances the success rate of reaching customers for outbound calls and notifications. And it provides the versatile messaging features like SMS, email to SMS, SMS to email, voice compatibilities, expanding how call centers engaging with customers. Also enables a unified control over the traffic, SIM card resources, so it can simplify the administration. Yeah, of course. It can integrate with the call center's current telecom system without requiring the costly or disrupted overhauls. And this diagram depicts a communication system architecture based on the SIM card management and the UC2000 gateways, and is designed to enable a multi-site cloud-based mobile network communication management. Yeah, the SIM bank, you know, centralized SIM card management and cable of bulk of storage and management of large quantities of SIM cards. And it handles the SIM card resources allocation, state monitoring, and related functions. And about the SIM Cloud as a cloud platform. So it provides a unified cloud-based management for distribute the SIM banks and enabling the centralized SIM card resources allocation and the data statics and like the remote configurations. It communicates with the SIM bank via the internet. And about our UC2000, like the picture shows, it can deploy it at two different sites, the site 1 and site 2, and connected to the network were the local area networks, the LAN 1 and the LAN 2. It can handle the conversation between the IP voice and the mobile networks and enabling the devices within the site, such as the mobile phone and other terminals to unionize the mobile network for the voice, text messaging, and other communication service. Through this kind of combination for the SIM cloud management and the SIM bank, local SIM card management, and our UC2000, the wellness gateway, and end-to-end management and flexible deployment are achieved from the SIM card resources to the terminal communications. It it costs saving and to integrate your SMS application easily with our flexible API and to the scannable architecture and increase the awareness launching for the SMS marketing. Okay, so let's go to know more details about our UC2000. Yeah, the UC2000 Wellness Gateway as our Dinstar flagship product designed to address the diversity enterprises communication scenarios, centers, and its functional design around the three core objectives: the stable communication, intelligent management, and flexible adaptation. And features for scenarios voice optimizing compatibilities, supporting the mainstream voice encoding formats such as the PCMU, PCMA, and it can automatically to adapt to the network bandwidth to balance the audio quality and the transmission efficiency. And also, it equipped with the eco constellation technology combined with the voice activity detection and the comfort noise generation functions. So it effectively to eliminate the background noise, latency, and the echo in the long distance calls. This can deliver the voice quality comparable to the local calls and meeting the high audio requirements of the enterprise customer service, cross-departmental collaborations, and other demanding scenarios. And for this, the multi-mode SMS interaction functionality features a very comprehensive built-in SMS sending and receiving system and supporting the bidirectional SMS to email and email to SMS interactions, breaking communication barriers between the SMS and the office system. And it enables an effective management of the SMS setting. It's the open HTTP API interface facilitated the secondary development of the SMS functionality. So it meeting the enterprise's customers' SMS sending requirements. And so, for business, and can develop the programmer based on their own operational logic to achieve the scheduled and the voice-based and the groups SMS sendings. All this to enhance the precision of the SMS marketing and the notifications. And our UC2000 module hardware with multi-scenarios adaptability to meet the needs of enterprises of all sizes, as you can see here. Yeah, the UC2000 VE series supports 4 to 8 wireless voice channel and is suitable for the small retail stores and branches office. And in scenarios where communication demands are relatively low and the UC2000 VE series products can meet the basic call, voice call, and text messaging without to waste the resources and enabling the small organizations to achieve efficient communication at a very low cost. About our UC2000 VF series gateway, it can up to the 16 wireless channels and it's suitable for the enterprises, multi-site organizations, call centers, and the area with the limited landline like the rural area to cut down the telephone costs and enable easy and efficient communication. And the UC2000 VG can up to the 32 channels for the GSM and the LTE, and equipment with the robust voice processing capabilities, and it ensures the very clear and stable voice quality even under high concurrency conditions. It's specially designed for high-frequency communication scenarios, such as large enterprises, call centers, and the IoT terminal cluster. The large enterprises require the frequent internal communication across the numerous departments, and the call centers needed to handle a high value of the customer's calls at the same time, and the IoT terminal clusters demand a continuous and stable data transmission. These gateways both support the GSM, WCDMA, and LTE network. Yeah. And we also provide the multi-SIM VoIP gateway, which means the one module with 4 SIMs. There are 3 types of it. The 8 modules with the 32 SIMs, and the 16 modules with the 16 4 SIMs, and the 32 modules with the 128 SIMs. And we have to notice that the numbers of the modules determines the maximum concurrent connections for the devices. So the maximum concurrent connection for this only 8, 16, and 32. And we will confuse what are the benefits of this kind of equipment, right? Yeah. It's not only to inherit the tradition of the quantity of the voice communication over the IP network, but to reduce the human resources of the VoIP network deployment. For example, when a particular SIM card frequently to make calls, and there may be a risk of the carrier blocking. So in such kind of case, and the multi-site SIM card emulsion gateway can simulate the manual SIM card sweeping based on the predefined conditions. It can automatically to switches between the SIM cards. Means one module there are total 4 SIM cards to sweep. And this kind ensures the port maintain normal calling functionality over the extended periods and also reducing the manual label. And about the SIM bank, it's a very professional hardware devices for the centralized SIM card management and featuring a module design, and it accommodates large numbers of SIM cards. And about our SIM cloud, serve as a SIM card management platform and function like a smart brain. It connects to the SIM bank, distribute across the various locations and enterprises business systems via the internet, and enabling the centralized scheduling and intelligent management of the SIM card resources. You know, within this kind of architecture, our UC2000 gateway communicates with the terminal devices, but the mobile networks while connecting to the enterprise internal network and the SIM bank to handle the local SIM card storage and the basic management, uploading the data to the SIM cloud, and the SIM cloud aggregates, analyzes, and remotely configures all SIM card resources. These three components work in a concert to form an integrated system. Yeah, and then let's go further to see the UC2000 primary functional application scenarios. And let's check the devices using for the course. Here shows the UC2000 basic network architecture, and the UC2000 serve as a core component connecting to the IPv6 and the mobile network. The IPv6 further to connect to the IDS, like the various terminal devices, including the traditional phones and the IP phones and the video phones, and enabling the access and the communication support for different types of voice and video terminals. This kind of establish a unified communication system capable of integrating the traditional fixed line communication, the IP communication, mobile communications. It meets diverse communication needs, including the voice and the videos across the various scenarios, and it enhancing the communication flexibility and converge. And here shows the UC2000 deploy as the termination. Real IP traffic is processed and distributed via a soft switch, and subsequently the traffic is routed through the routers in different countries, country 1, country 2, and country 3, and delivery to the corresponding UC2000 devices in each country. This enables a cross-border real IP traffic to connect with the mobile phone and terminal networks, and providing the architectural foundation for the virtual network operators to deliver communication service across multiple countries. And it effectively to integrate the network resources, achieving the communication converge and the service deployment across the different regions. And then let's explore the UC2000 using for the SMS service. The gateway to support the access to the GSM and LTE mobile networks, and inheriting the SMS sending, receiving, and the use SSD interaction compatibilities of the mobile terminals. So it can serve as a hardware plant for the SM transmission, establishing a communication channel with the mobile network to provide an underlying communication foundation for the SMS service. And it provides an open HTTP API interface protocol to enable the users to integrate the three-party application with our gateway. And based on this one, so the developer can create the relevant SMS application tailored to a specific business needs, such as the customizing the SMS sending logic or integrating with the internal enterprise system to implement a special the SMS notification, thereby expanding the application scenarios for the SMS service. And here shows a basic SMS network architecture. The mobile phone establish connection with the UC2000 devices with the GSM or LTE networks, and the UC2000 devices access the internet, then to interact with the various transmission related components through the SMPP protocols to send the SMS messages. This functionality can be applied in scenarios requiring the SM service, such as the receiving verification codes. Yeah, and using the gateway into the SMS service, various platforms or terminals such as the Postman, SM platforms, web browser, HTTP applications, interact with the system with the HTTP API and leveraging the UC2000 and the mobile networks. They enable the sending of the SMS messages to the mobile phones and thereby the fulfilling the SMS service requirements across the diverse scenarios such as the ticket notifications, medical appointment reminders, and the device alarms. Yeah, and at last, let's view an actual bank solution deployment of our clients. Yeah, some banks operate across different regions with varying network infrastructure conditions. For example, in remote area where only the GSM network converge is available, and the UC2000 can still function normally to ensure uninterrupted communication for the banking service system and to meeting the desired communication needs of the bank branches. Yeah, so let's see a solution for this application to establish the communication links between the headquarters and the branches. On the headquarters side, there is a service system connected with the router, and our UC2000 gateway enables the voice communication, working with the IP phone and seats and connecting to the internet. And for the segments, each have the router connecting the IP phones and the UC2000 gateways, mirroring the headquarters setup to ensure the constant communication capabilities across the organization. As you can see, the mobile deployment with our Dinstar product is very flexible and simple. This is a very huge advantage, especially for the organizations with the headquarters and branches. It can enable a very smooth internal communication between the headquarters and branches. For example, a company with multiple offices across different cities can easily to set up the communication links and allow the employees to collaborate efficiently. And it's not just for the internal, it also facilitates the external communication with the clients, partners, or other external entities. And we have also have the compatibility of the email to SMS and the SMS to email conversion. Yeah, you can imagine maybe you receive a very important email when you are on the go and don't have easy to your email, right? So with this kind of feature, that email can be converted as an SMS and sent to your phones, so you will never to miss critical information. And conversely, if you need to send a very quick message from your phones as an email, yeah, that's possible. And our gateway to support the SMPP a standard protocol for the SMS communication. And this support ensure that when you need to send a large value of SMS, like marketing messages or important notifications, they are sent reliably and efficiently. And in a word, our Dinstar product solutions can offer a very comprehensive, flexible, and feature-rich communication system that can meet the diverse needs of the organization in both internal and external communication scenarios. Yeah, and at this section, we have learned about our UC2000 features, functionalities, and common application scenarios. And then we are going to about our UC2000 basic configuration and maintenance. Yeah, this part we will introduce about the basic function of our UC2000 application scenarios, basic configuration, basic maintenance, and we will pay, focus on the basic configurations and the very simple maintenance way. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. When we get the device at the first time, how can we to access it? We will learn from the three parts: the hardware interface, the interface connections, and the login page introductions. Yeah, so let's check the specifications of our UC2000 series products first. As we introduced before, we have the three types of our UC2000, the VE, VF, and VG, with the different ports. And you can see they support both two network port named the G0 and G1. And the different models with the different numbers of ports. And the UC2000 VF and VG have the multi-side types of the gateway. And let's check the hardware part. Yeah, on the this shows our UC2000 VE. On the front panel, there are the power and the ROM indicators to show the device ROM status, and the RST button to make the device back to default, and the console cable for local management and configuration of the devices, allowing the administrator to access the device's command line interface, and the SIM slot with the indicator to show the port status. Yeah, you can see there are 8 SIM slots, so the device can support up to 8 ports. And on the back panel, there is a power port for connecting. Notice this is 12 power supply and provide the 2 gigabit Ethernet port for connecting to a wired network to facilitate the data transmission. And the antenna interface for connecting the antennas, which are essential for the devices to receive and transmit the wireless signals when using the mobile network functionality. Yeah, you can see there are also 8 port the antenna interface. So it's one antenna matched to one modules. And the UC2000 VF is normal one like the UC2000 VE. But what changes? Yeah, the power supply. And for the multi-SIM tapes one, yeah, you can see there are 4 SIM slots for one modules. And the device up to 16 modules, so it can support 16 4 SIM cards. And for the UC2000 VG, with 32 SIMs modules, and you can see here, there is a extra LED display. It will show the IP address of the devices. Yeah, sometimes the device IPs will be forgotten, so it's a good way to record it. And this one is a multi-sided tape of the UC2000 VG, and it can support the 128 SIMs card. And it also have the LED display. And then let's show interface connection case of our device as an example. So before we installation our UC2000, we have to pay attention for this. As I mentioned before, the UC2000, the power supply is different. So we have to ensure the safe and stable power supply. And before we put the gateway into use, we have to ensure the SIM card insert into the gateway and the antennas connector well into the gateway, and the network connection is proper. And to avoid the poor signal strength, we suggest to the gateway away from those objects that can shield the signal and prevent water from the seeping in the gateway during the transportation, storage, or working time. Yeah, and here shows we take the UC2000 VE connection as a case study. So first we insert the SIM card into the gateway, with the chip facing downwards. And we have to make sure the SIM card is insert well. For example, like some clients will feedback, he said, I bought a new gateway, but the device not detect the SIM card not detect the SIMs. And we will ask him to take a video to us. Oh, we see. He only insert half of the SIMs into the SIM slot, so it caused the SIM slot not detect the SIM well. And about the
Добре, към 11:20 ориентировачно. Ще бъдеш там. Добре, добре. Кричим 80. Това е точно за НПМГ. Граничи с сбора на НПМГ. Тръгваш по Златовръх от семинарията, тръгваш по Златовръх и Златовръх извива на края на Златовръх, то се прелива в Кричим. Точно там това е Кричим, да. И точно на двора на НПМГ спираш някъде, където намериш място, зона е зелена. Да, да. Надявам се да съм ги разпрезнали. Добре, хубаво, ще се видим там. Тоест от там може да се вземе. Тя там е закарана.
Hello. Hello, sorry. Yeah, maybe my network want to have a risk, so disconnect just now. I'm so sorry. And can you hear my voice now?
Yes, we can hear your voice.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Richard. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Okay, sorry. Yeah, my internet want to have a rest. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, and for the UC2000 VE, we suggest the antennas placed into a fan shape as the picture shows. It can stressing the wireless signal. And about the UC2000 VF and VG, we have to notice the distance of every two antennas should be greater than the 12 cm. And after this done, we connect to the power, the matched power, okay? And the network to the devices. And next, we can try to access our device web. Yeah, you know, the default IP address of the devices is 192.168.11.1. So we connected the devices G0 with the PC or maybe under the same switch and set the same network segment to access it. And then we can go to the login interface and we input the default account, the username and the password.
师傅的，你好，大家再等着。怎么说了？反正
Yeah, and then we can view the system information page, and you can see the device's ASIN ID, the device models, these versions. Yeah, you know, when you want ask our support for help, so please note it to attach the device system information screenshot as the first before you are issued the description. It's very important for our technician. Yeah, and after we login, then we can do the basic configures for our devices. And we
le menu était resté juste avec une copie, juste pour vérifier que
and we change the network to suitable your environment. And then we need to make the calls through our devices or maybe do the SMS service through our gateway. Yeah, and for this part about the network setting and the access to the devices, we also have a very detailed videos in the YouTube. If you are not very familiar or very understand for this part, you can search the video in the YouTube. Yeah, and for the network setup, we click the network configuration and the local configuration and disable the obtain IP address automatically, and then to set a static IP address for the devices. And then let's see how to use our devices to make calls. Let's check the basic settings. In total, our devices, there are two modes for the call settings. The first one is the trunk mode. It's suitable for the UC2000 and the other clients, applications, or IPBX soft switch at the same network segment or different without registering to the server side. And both devices would be in a trusted network. So click the core configuration, zip trunk configuration, and input the peer side information about the IP address, the zip port, the description of the trunk. Yeah, and if in a complex network environment like the UC2000 behind a router and the remote side is a public network, so should do the port forward in the router. We have to notice that the forward port should include the UC2000 side, the local SIP port. Yeah, the default SIP port is the 5060 and the RTP port range. After we finish the trunk created, we do the core router. We click the core configuration and choose the IP to tail routing. The IP to tail means the IP to the GSM and to the mobile network. So it's an outbound router, and then we input the description of the router and choose the sources where the core from and the destination where the core go. Yeah, and what's more, the route you can set the core restriction, maybe the allow the core or forbid the core. And about the destination, we can set as a specific port or port group. And here shows the port group settings. And you can choose this port which you want. And when we use the trunk mode, we have to check the reject to. Here we have to choose the no reject. Okay. And if you want to make the outbound calls as the peer-to-peer, so you can set the prefix of the source corner, the corner source prefix, and then map the core to the target port as the following pictures in the IP2 routing, and we choose the source and destination. And then we set a source prefix to limit the route. Yeah, and after we finish the outbound route, we go to the inbound route. The core from the mobile side to the IP side, and we click the core configuration, tail to IP routing, and input the description, source, and destination. And if the core at the UC2000 port, and the core does not have the information for the destination number, and so the UC2000 will play an AVR like please state the extension number, and then the corner side tries to dial the extension number, and the UC2000 forward the core to the IP side. So that if you want the UC2000 redirect the core to the IPBX side directly, we have to set the two VoIP hotline in the UC2000 side. Like for channels, you can set one hotline number to the PBX side. Yeah. This is for all channels using one VoIP hotline. And of course, we also support the different channels using the different hotline number. As the picture shows, we can set in the port configuration and each port to set one to VoIP hotline. This to implement the code from the core to one by one port to one extension. And till now, the basic settings for the making course is success at our UC2000 site. And actually, till now, we can to test the course. And next, let's check the second mode about the regest mode. And actually, this kind of mode is typically used in the types of the network environment. The gateway is a private IP address, and the SIP server is public IP, and the UC2000 tries to register to the SIP server so that the SIP server is easily to send calls to our UC2000. And as the first steps is to create a SIP server. We click the core configuration, SIP configuration, and we input the SIP proxy part, set the SIP server addresses and the SIP server port. And also check the local SIP port. And if maybe I want to multiple SIP servers at the same time, we can try to set a SIP trunk as a SIP server. And then we can try to make the UC2000 devices register to the SIP server. As the picture shows in the port group, yeah, we select all devices, all devices ports registered to the SIP server with an account. Yeah, please check it. Here, now we use the register mode, so we try to select the register to the SIP proxy and input the account to authenticate. Yeah, of course, according to your own needs, like there are totally 8 ports in the devices. If I want only the first 4 ports register to the SIP proxy and the rest I want to register to another SIP server, so I can try to create a port group and only choose port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3 and register to the SIP proxy. And the rest 4 pods, I can try to create another pod group and try to register to maybe the SIP server. And after done the register steps, we can view the status of the SIP accounts in the SIP information page. The register status. If register failed, it will show unregistered. And if register well, it will show registered. And if I using the trunk mode, it will show not registered. And then, yeah, we have to finish the same step for the router. According to your own needs, select the character source and destination. That's finish. Yeah, now we can move to our devices and I show you. For the basic core configurations, after we login, and we can check the system information page. Yeah, this shows the network of the devices, the devices number, and the version informations. And in the mobile information page, we can check the module type of the network and the module IMEI. And if we insert the SIM card, it will show the SIM's IMSI and the status and the signal. Yeah, and the SIP information page, we can check the register status. Yeah, and we make a course. We configure the SIP server. Here shows the SIP server, SIP proxy, and we input the SIP server address, the port. Yeah, and if we want the set the trunk mode, we choose the SIP trunk, and we input the IP, port, and the description, and the keep alive enable or not, according to your own needs. And then we do the port configuration or port group configuration. Yeah, if we use the trunk mode here, we choose no register. And if we choose, we register to the SIP proxy, maybe the SIP trunk. And then I create the core router, the IP to tail side, the outbound router. Yeah, and choose the correct source and destination. And the advanced rules according to your own needs. And the inbound route. The correct source and destination. Yeah. And now for the core service basic configuration using our UC2000, we have introduced. And let's dive into the SMS function. We support the local way, the HTTP API, and the SMTP ways. This picture shows the way to send the SMS for the local. Click the SMS and the USSD, send the SMS. Then we can see the send SMS page and choose the sending port and the send mode. And we input the destination number and the messages. Last, we click the send. Then the message is being sent by the gateways, and we can check the status in the following report. Yeah, and about using the HTTP API to do the SMS, go to the mobile configuration, basic configuration, and choose the API as a new version. The UC2000 gateways connect to the mobile networks for the mobile networks and the internet. And the clients send an SMS request to the SM server over the internet, and the SM server interact with the UC2000 via the HTTP API to forward the SMS to the mobile network for delivery. Yeah, the HTTP API allows the seamless integration with the third-party systems, such as the enterprises applications or notification platforms. For example, bank system using this API to send transaction SM alerts directly through our UC2000s. And to enable the custom SM workflows, the developer can craft the HTTP request to send the SMS and giving full control over the content, receptions, and timing. To simplifying the process of sending large value or automated SMS, like the notification codes, reminders, by leveraging standard HTTP protocol. Yeah, as you know, we also support the SMPP to send the SMS. This diagram illustrates the SMPP-based the SMS sending process. The UC2000 gateway is connecting to the mobile network, and it acts as an interface between the mobile network and the internet. The SMPP client may be an application or server on the client side to communicate with the SMPP server or gateway over the internet, and the UC2000 gateway configured with the right SMPP settings and can receive SMS sending requests from the SMPP client, process them, and then send the actual message through the mobile network. And the SMPP is a very standard protocol widely used in the telecommunication industry, and by supporting it, our gateway ensures the reliable and efficient SMS transmission. So it's essential for the application, like sending the notification codes, notification, or the marketing messages. And to enable it, we click the mobile configuration, basic configuration, and the API choose as the SMPP, and input the SMPP license port and the user password. And these are the others you can set according to your needs. Yeah. And then we can check the status of the SMS in the outbox and inbox at our devices. About the USSD function, we do it in the USSD page. We ticked the port and input the request. The USSD enable a real-time interaction with the mobile network. For business, this can be used to create the custom built-in interactive service. Like a bank could send the USSD comments to allow the customers to check the account balance, transfer funds, and receive a mini statement without the need for a data and intensive mobile app. And so we have finished the basic configurations for calls and SMS. And at the last part, let me introduce about the very basic maintenance. Yeah, for the common core and the SM issues, we typically perform the following checks: the network pack capture and the log analysis on the devices. And maybe when a voice issue occur, we also conduct the PCM capture. And when we do the PCM capture on the devices, we have to select the specific port. And the network capture is performed at the global level. And for the trace log, we have to enable the talent and check the talent port, and using tools like the PuTTY to talent into the devices to do the core trace. And for the different issues, we typically have different troubleshooting comments. And if you are new users and are not familiar with it, don't worry. You can provide the details about the specific problems to our technical support team, and they will provide you with the correct comments to you and the steps you just follow it, and then give us the capture and the log, and we will analyze to you, and maybe many times, and you will know how to analyze it about the capture and the logs. Yeah, we can see the capture here. Here we do the network capture, and click start. If we do the PCM capture, we have to select the port. So when we encounter the voice issue, we have to make sure the issue happened in which port, maybe one specific port with the issue, and we do the PCM capture at the port. And we have to do the test core. We have to do the test route for the core at the port. And then also click the start. After the core finish, we stop the capture. Yeah. Yeah, so in this section, we have learned the methods to access the devices, the basic configuration at UC2000 for cores and SMS, and basic maintenance. In today's training, we have learned together about the UC2000, the application for it, the basic configurations and maintenance. And I'm sure you now have a better understanding of this product. And with the continuous advancement of communication technology, Dinstar will continue to upgrade and optimize the UC2000 series, integrating more and cutting-edge technologies to meet the increasingly diverse and high-speed communication demands of the future. And the question is answered all. Hello, Duke.
Hello, Ewan.
The question is done all, right?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Have any question?
And if you have any more question, you can leave in the comment section. and maybe
Yes.
we can leave
Yes.
about 5 minutes for all of you to answer your questions.
Hello, my name is Sane. I'm asking about interconnection between UC2000 and network, wireless network. Is there any specific SIMs to use, or in the SIM cloud you have to register operator SIMs in this case? Could you answer, please?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, yes. Let me explain. Our SIM cloud, we call the remote SIM solution. You don't have to put any specific figure the SIM on the SIM bank or our SIM cloud. We just confirm and make sure that you see